I need your help me please subscribe my channel. I never imagined I'd become the kind of husband who counts excuses instead of cherishing moments. Yet there I was, sitting on the edge of our bed, watching my wife, the same woman who once couldn't sleep without my arm around her, list out 10 reasons she no longer felt intimate. She had them written down, a literal list. Number 1, I'm tired. Number 2, it's not you, it's my hormones. Number 3, you don't help enough around the house. It went on, reason after reason, chipping away at whatever closeness remained between us. I didn't interrupt. I just listened. Silence often speaks louder than words. But as she spoke, I couldn't help noticing how calm she seemed, as if this weren't even a problem, as if our marriage had become nothing more than a roommate agreement, and she was perfectly fine signing off her half of the emotional rent. When she finished, she looked at me, waiting for a reaction. I asked just one thing. So is this permanent? She shrugged. I just don't feel that way anymore, Mark. Maybe someday it'll come back. But for now, can't we just be comfortable? Comfortable. That word hit harder than any fight we'd ever had. Comfort is what you build with friends, not with the person you vow to love. I nodded. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I said quietly, all right then, you've got your 10 reasons. I'll think about mine. That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay staring at the ceiling, replaying years of effort. Every dinner I cooked, every flower I bought, every conversation I tried to have that went nowhere. I realized I'd been feeding something that had already died. Love without effort is just a slow betrayal in disguise. By morning, I had my own list, 10 consequences. Not out of anger, but out of self-respect. The next day, I left for work without saying a word. No kiss, no coffee, no checking if she needed anything. Just silence. That evening, the first consequence began. I stopped being available. For years, I'd run our world, groceries, bills, small repairs, even her car maintenance, all invisible act of love she never acknowledged. That night, I didn't fix the leaky faucet she complained about. I simply said, add it to your list. The second consequence came naturally. No more emotional labor. When she vented about co-workers, I listened politely but didn't absorb it. No comfort, no advice. Her words became background noise, the way she had treated my affection for years. The third consequence cut the deepest. I stopped reaching out. No morning texts. No gentle touches on her shoulder. Nothing. The house felt colder, but not as cold as her indifference had been. She noticed within days. Why are you acting distant? She asked. I smiled slightly. You wanted comfortable, right? I'm just getting comfortable. It wasn't anger anymore. It was awareness. Years of chasing her emotional warmth had left me hollow. I decided to fill that space with boundaries. Consequence 4. I focus on myself. Health, gym, old friends, time outside the house. My attention no longer belonged to her by default. Consequence 5. I stopped including her in my plans. No dinner invites, no shared shows, no weekend ideas. Silence became my ally. Peace returned. When she confronted me, voice trembling, I feel like you're punishing me. I met her gaze calmly. No, I said, I'm just giving you what you asked for. A life without intimacy in any form. Suddenly, fear washed over her. She realized intimacy isn't just touch. It's effort, attention, connection. And she had destroyed all 3. By the second week, my silence carried weight. Calm, intentional, deliberate. She started cooking dinner again, asking about my day, wearing the perfume I once loved, but I didn't respond. That was consequence 6. Attention must be earned, not assumed. When she tried to touch my hand during dinner, I neither pulled away nor held it. I just kept eating. Her eyes watered. For the first time in years, I saw confusion instead of certainty. She had assumed I'd always come back, no matter how rejected I felt. She was wrong. Consequence 7. When she asked to plan a weekend together, I told her I already had plans with friends. Her shock was priceless. She'd grown so used to being my entire world that she forgot I could live my own. Consequence 8 arrived quietly. I stopped defending her. When friends asked how we were, I didn't cover her coldness with polite lies. "We're figuring things out," I said. That loss of control terrified her. By consequence 9, the balance had shifted completely. She came to me in tears. "I feel invisible." I looked at her and said, "That's how I felt for years. You never noticed because I kept showing up anyway." She begged for another chance. Promised change. Therapy, communication, affection. All the things I had begged for long before she began counting reasons not to care. But I had already written consequence 10, freedom. I told her I was moving out for a while. I needed space to remember who I was before I became the man begging his own wife to see him. She tried to hold me, but I stepped back gently. "You made a list of why you couldn't be close to me," I said. "Now I'm giving you the space to live with that choice." I packed a bag and left quietly. No drama, no anger, just peace. Weeks later, she texted to say she finally understood what she had lost. By then, I had learned the most important truth. Sometimes love doesn't end with hate. It ends when the begging stops.